Ancient cultures throughout the world often viewed solar eclipses as significant celestial events, sometimes interpreting them as omens or portents. For example, in ancient China, people believed that a dragon was devouring the sun during an eclipse, so they would make loud noises to scare the dragon away. In ancient Mesopotamia, eclipses were seen as messages from the gods, often interpreted as signs of impending disaster or change.
Wow. Oh, man.
Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. I want to get into the solar eclipse coming up April 8th, 2024. I want to get into some information, and I found a really cool article about solar eclipses during ancient times. This is so ancient, let's get into it.
A total solar eclipse. It happens when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun, completely blocking out the light. On April 8th, more than 32 million people across Mexico, the United States, and Canada could see the sun completely darkened by the moon's shadow, and that moment of total darkness could last more than 4 minutes in some places. It's also going to be the last one for quite some time. A total solar eclipse won't happen again in the United States for about another 20 years. Location is key. The total eclipse is only visible inside a very narrow track known as the path of totality. It stretches more than 10 U.S. states from Texas through Maine, and the timing changes depending on where you are within that path. People outside that narrow band will still be able to see a partial solar eclipse. That's when the moon only blocks part of the sun's face. That should be visible in all 48 contiguous U.S. states. Now, if you're planning on peeking at a total or partial eclipse, remember to get you some certified eclipse glasses. Regular sunglasses, not strong enough to protect your eyes. Otherwise, severe eye damage can occur. A solar retina burn can permanently injure your eyes, and you might not even feel it until it's too late.
I did want to put that out there just in case you are going to witness this event. Make sure you get those special solar eclipse glasses because it can be very harmful for your eyes. As far as that guy in the blanket, I mean, maybe he's testing a theory. I heard you could go blind from doing that as well. I wanted to show you this article that I found. Let's check it out. It's got some pretty good info in it. It's from High Point Scientific, The History of Solar Eclipses. They're also selling those glasses up there, as you can see. Well, anyway, this spectacular event has fascinated humans for centuries, with the earliest recorded solar eclipse dating back to 2137 BCE in ancient China. Here, let's check this out. Throughout history, solar eclipses have played an important role in shaping human beliefs and understanding of the universe. Ancient civilizations such as the Babylonians and Egyptians saw solar eclipses as omens of impending doom or as messages from their gods. Even today, solar eclipses continue to hold cultural significance in many parts of the world. Ancient times. One of the earliest attempts to predict a solar eclipse dates back to ancient China. During the Shang Dynasty more than 4,000 years ago, the earliest record was recorded on October 22nd, 2137 BCE. Eclipses were important for ancient China as it enabled them to check the accuracy of their calendar systems. If a solar eclipse occurred on a date that was not predicted, they were discharged or executed. That's crazy. Ancient Chinese astronomers ultimately observed nearly 920 different solar eclipses from 2137 to 1785 CE. And right there's the source. Arabic astronomers were also interested in studying solar eclipses for scientific purposes. They made extensive observations and recorded detailed information about the eclipses, including the time and duration of the event. the location, and the appearance of the corona or other phenomena. Likewise, the Mayans were able to predict the timing of solar eclipses by keeping track of the periodic nature of the sun and moon over many decades and centuries. The Dresden Codex contained accurate astronomical tables which were able to accurately predict solar eclipses centuries in advance. Indeed, the Dresden Codex's astronomical tables are so accurate that one can predict a modern solar eclipse, despite the codex dating to the 11th to 12th century. Right there it is. That is pretty cool. See the dragon? The Sun and the Serpent. You will see a lot online about this upcoming eclipse as far as them telling people, hey, they're calling in the Coast Guard for this. There's very funny situations about it. Stock up on food and water. Communications may go down. Traffic will be blocked up, this and that. I would never tell one to worry or not to worry. How you protect you and your family is your business. I do feel it's always better to have a plan, but take that as you will. Listen, I am really excited about this Sun Eater myth. It's a common practice that you will see throughout ancient cultures. Like I stated in the beginning of the video, in ancient China, they believed a celestial dragon would eat the sun, so they would bang drums and make loud noises to try and scare the dragon away. According to ancient Chinese beliefs, a dragon named Tian Gao was thought to cause solar eclipses by trying to swallow the sun. To prevent this from happening, people would make loud noises, such as banging drums and pots, to frighten the dragon away. This tradition is rooted in the belief that celestial events were influenced by mythical beings and that human actions could affect the outcome of these events. Tian Gao actually translates to heavenly dog. But as I look into the folklore, the more I read, it talks about the dragon eating the sun. But Tian Gao is also like a celestial dog type mythical being that is associated with eating the sun. Let me know down in the comments what you know about it and what you found. I found it both ways. This is a Sun and the Serpent episode, so I'm going with the celestial dragon. There is a lack of confirmation and evidence supporting this take, but this is my personal belief, that these mythical creatures, these dragons or primordial sea dragons and things like this, represent the Milky Way. She is the ruler, the embodiment of chaos, and the mother of all deities. It was how they saw and explained their universe. Humans walk around, we work and move with intellect and purpose, as do the heavenly bodies above, to which we're told that they lacked the knowledge of causation in the ancient world. They didn't always know what causes certain phenomena, which I agree, to a certain degree. Now listen, they were able to track the sun and the moon very accurately. I showed you that article at the beginning of the video. They were able to predict solar and lunar eclipses far in advance. They said in ancient China, the astrologers would be executed if one came up and they didn't know it was coming. So now when it comes to the solar eclipse coming up, April 8th, 2024, we have this strange juxtaposition between modern man and ancient man. See, today, our wise men, the astronomers, our scientists, they know the cause. They know what makes things happen, this phenomena. They can explain it. But we lack the understanding of why, which ancient man knew very well. This is so ancient. Thank you for watching. It's been another episode of The Sun and the Serpent. I'll revisit this, come back to it. There's a lot here. Stay safe out there during the eclipse if you're going to see it. And hey, thank you for your time.